Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hopefully you are fine. Today, beta, we are going to discuss about the law of constant composition. This law is also called as law of definite proportion. And beta, this law basically deals with the formation of a compound. So, question rises that what is compound? Compound is actually the new substance which is made by the chemical combination of two or more than two elements. For example, hydrogen and oxygen combined chemically and to make water. Now there are two interesting points which is of great importance, that in order to make a specific compound, the number of elements will always remain same. For example, if in order to make water, hydrogen and oxygen are basically those two elements which are responsible to make water. None of other 118 elements is responsible to make water. So whenever if we want to make water, it means that we require two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. And second point, which is actually very important, is that the ratio of these elements, means hydrogen and oxygen, in order to make water will remain same. It is not up to their sweet will that hydrogen and oxygen will mix together or will chemically combine together in any ratio. This is not actually the realistic approach. The realistic approach is that if in order to make water, the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen by mass will remain same. For example, if we are supposed to make one molecule of water, two atoms of hydrogen will combine with one atom of oxygen in order to get one molecule of water. We will inshallah ta'ala explain these 2 points in the upcoming couple of minutes. Now, this law states that if in order to make a specific chemical compound, the number of elements or the component elements will mixed with each other or combined with each other in fixed ratio, and this is called as the law of constant proportion, and this law was proposed by Proust. So this law is also called as Proust law. Now, what this law states, that you have to again consider the statement that in order to make a specific chemical compound, the elements which are supposed to combine chemically will always combine in fixed ratio by mass. So this is actually the statement of law of definite proportion. Now let us consider a simple example from our daily life in order to understand the concept clearly. For example, it is tradition of your home that you serve the guest with one glass of chocolate milk. So for example, the composition of one glass of chocolate milk is that we have 2 spoons of chocolate mixed with one glass of milk. So in order to make one glass of chocolate milk, we require two things, that is chocolate and milk. We require two things, chocolate and milk. So the amount of chocolate is 2 spoons and the amount of milk is 1 glass. Yes. Now, if for example there are 5 guests at your home, so how much quantity of chocolate and milk is needed in order to serve them? The answer is simple. We need 10 spoons of chocolate along with 5 glasses of milk. So this is actually the proportion of chocolate and milk in order to make 1 glass. So in order to make 10 glass of chocolate milk, how many spoon of chocolate needed? That is 20. And how many glass of milk we have required? Means 10. So this is the fixed ratio in order to make the 1 glass of chocolate milk, and that is 2:1. 2 means 2 spoon of chocolate and mixed with 1 glass of milk. This is actually the fixed ratio. Now the 2 points we get, again it is very clear that what are the ingredients to make the glass of chocolate milk. There are 2 ingredients. First one is chocolate and second one is milk, and they remain the same. And secondly, their ratio by mass will always remain same, that we need 2 spoons of chocolate along with 1 glass of milk in order to make 1 glass of chocolate milk. Likewise, if we are supposed to make certain compound C, and the two elements, for example A and B, will chemically combine together in order to make compound C. So what is the ratio of these two elements? For example, if one atom of element A combined with 3 atoms of element B in order to make 1 molecule of compound C. Now my dear students, what does this mean? In order to make 2 molecule of compound C, how much we needed the atoms of element A and B? Yes, answer is 2 atoms of element A combined with 6 atoms of element B in order to make 2 molecule of compound C. So what does this statement reflects? That this statement reflects that if the number of atoms which are supposed to be chemically combined are same, that is 1:3, what does this leads to? This leads to the fact that the mass will always remain same. The mass will always remain same. So the fixed number of atoms clearly indicates that mass of the elements which are combined together to make certain compound will always remain same. So again you have to recall the law. What this law states, that in order to make a certain compound, the elements mass ratio will remain same. So from this example it is clear that if in order to make, for example, a compound C, the mass of element A and B will remain same. Let us consider an example of ammonia. In ammonia, in order to make 1 molecule of ammonia, we require 2 elements. First is nitrogen and other is hydrogen. Now, for example, if we consider that if we make 17 gram of ammonia, we require 14 gram of nitrogen chemically combined with 3 gram of hydrogen. Again consider the statement. For example, if we are supposed to make 17 gram of ammonia, we required 14 gram of nitrogen that is chemically combined with 3 gram of hydrogen. So what is the again recall and apply the statement, the 2 points on this example. My first point was that the elements which combine to make certain compound will remain same, means from which source you obtain ammonia, that if you are supposed to have analysis about it, that will clearly lead to the fact that in that particular sample of ammonia we have 2 elements, nitrogen and hydrogen, that is chemically combined. And secondly, if you are supposed to calculate their mass ratio, the mass ratio will be like that, 14 gram of nitrogen combined with 3 gram of hydrogen in order to make 17 gram of ammonia. It means that the ratio at which the nitrogen and hydrogen combined will always remain same. So this law, we are supposed to wind up the lecture. This law states that if we are supposed to get the different sample of the same compound, that will always contain the same elements along with same ratio by mass. For example, consider we have 3 samples of water. One we have made in our lab. I am talking about the pure water. First sample we have made it in our lab, and secondly we get water from our school, and third one we obtained the pure water by rain. Now in order to analyze, if we are supposed to get analysis about these 3 samples, one from your lab, second is from your school, and third one is by water which we obtained from the rain. If these 3 samples are of pure water, it means that 2 hydrogen atoms combined with 1 atom of oxygen, and that will make 1 molecule of water. My dear students, make it clear that the smallest unit in which compound is highlighted is molecule. What is molecule? Molecule is actually better when two or more than two atoms of same nature or different natures combined, this will make molecule. It means that in one molecule we have at least two atoms or more than two atoms. Now again come to the original point that in this reaction two hydrogen atoms combine with one atom of oxygen, we so get one molecule of water. It means that what is the analysis? We have two fixed atoms, hydrogen and oxygen, and they combined in fixed ratio, that is two atoms of hydrogen combines with one atom of oxygen. And what is their mass ratio? 1 gram of hydrogen combines with 8 gram of oxygen to make water. Now, according to the law of definite composition of fixed proportion, it means that if hydrogen and oxygen combine together, they will only make water. If we are supposed to make water, we definitely require two elements, and that two elements will always be hydrogen and oxygen. Secondly, it is not the sweet will of hydrogen and oxygen that at which ratio they combine. They have to adopt the same pattern. They have to adopt the same pattern of 1 ratio 8, means 1 gram of hydrogen combined with 8 gram of oxygen in order to make water. So we are supposed to conclude our lecture that in order to make certain compound, the elements will remain same and their ratio, the combining ratio of their mass will always remain same. Yes, thank you, beta.